One of Massachusetts's, well, Western Massachusetts's favorite local lakes is Congamon Lakes here in Southwick. And I'm on the Middle Ponds North boat ramp, the big public access that I'm sure a lot of you have stories about, watching friends of yours or maybe you yourself launching a boat without putting in the plug or putting in a new watercraft you paid a lot of money for and it doesn't fire up, and all those aquatic nightmares that make being an outdoorsman and getting outside so wonderful to think about. We're here not talking about aquatic nightmares though, but talking about ice thickness, because we had ice 2 weeks ago, and then we had one of those warm spells, and it melted. And now we're looking at, here on the north end of Middle Pond, approximately an inch of new black ice. You'll also notice that along the edge of the shoreline, down toward the culvert, you've got some open water. And that's typical, as you guys know, if you're ice fishermen, of early ice and late ice when we're talking about a south-facing shore. Because the sun is on the southern end of the lake, it moves across the southern horizon in the winter months, the north shore of the lake is going to get the most sun, and objects that are in the water or the shore itself are going to warm up, and they're going to compromise the ice. But with that said, Congamon is one of those lakes that is a valley lake. It's couple 100 feet above sea level, and as a result, you can imagine that other valley lakes like Lake Warner and Great Pond and Hamden Ponds are probably in the same general ice condition. They're the kind of lakes that you got to be really careful on if you want to get out and fish them. By tomorrow, with this cold snap we're having, we should be looking at about 2.5 to 3 inches of ice on many of these valley lakes, which is right on the edge of safe. In fact, most people won't call it safe. I myself have fished that thickness of ice many times, but you got to do it with a real degree of caution. You got to do what I call be careful. Now, we always carry roofing nails with us. When I say a roofing nail, the nail that you put a gutter in, big aluminum light nail, you can carry them in your pocket pretty easy. And if you went through this ice, because it's so slick, it's hard to get a grip on it. And if you've got one of those nails, you get it out of your pocket and you can ram it into the ice and pull yourself out. That's a precaution you got to hope you don't ever need to use. But here you can see the public dock up here, which is obviously drawing the sun's heat, and it's keeping this water around here warm enough so it's not frozen here yet. Early ice, it's great ice for fishing. You're going to do really well if you can get out here, but there's some issues you have to be careful with. Now, if Congamon is looking as it looks now, we have to imagine that Berkshire lakes, high Berk lakes especially, when I say high Berk, I'm talking 1,500 and above, 1,500 feet and above sea level, right? Lakes like Goose Pond, Buckley, Denton, lakes like that are going to be getting very close to safe or are safe right now. Again, this is a be careful time of year because of the warm-up. So if you want to head out tomorrow, do so with a degree of caution, and certainly look at the smaller ponds rather than the larger lakes. You'll get a lot of action on a lot of them, and they'll be a lot safer bets. So get out and check them out, but really don't go too early in the morning. You're going to need to take a good look at the ice, not only as you get on the lake, but as you move across it. And it's easy looking at the bubbles in the ice because it'll show you the thickness. So good luck and good fishing.